Okay, hello guys, welcome to my Black Panther Wakanda Forever review. Now usually I do these movie reviews in the form of a YouTube short, but I thought this movie was 2 hours 40 minutes, I can't really cram that into a YouTube short. Um, so I've not got a script written or anything. Also I'm sitting in my bed so you can probably hear the mattress making noise. Hey, what do you mean by that? Now, I've not got a script written, but I've got points that I need to cover, but the points aren't in order so it doesn't really help. But spoiler warning, because this review will have spoilers. The YouTube short didn't have spoilers, and that was just a short version of my opinion, so you might want to watch that. I also have no clue how long this video is going to be, but I'm just going to keep talking until I said what I need to say. So, spoiler warning. Spoiler warning. Just spoiler warning, okay? The movie opens with a lab scene where Shuri's trying to recreate the heart-shaped herb, um, to cure T'Challa of I don't think it's confirmed what illness it is. Might have missed it in the movie, but I don't think it says what illness he had. But it was uncurable at that time, and it couldn't be fixed. Sure, he's got the new AI. I forgot the name of it, but we move. Um, but sure, he's really trying to concentrate. I think this is the point where Nakia's phoning her, but she kind of hangs up the call to Nakia. We never find out what the call's about. I assume it's about the post-credit scene, which we'll get to at the end of the video. But yeah, so she's trying to recreate the black shape. Oh my god, the heart-shaped herb, to cure T'Challa. However, she's unsuccessful. Ramonda walks in and says that T'Challa is dead, and that is the first time in this movie that I cried. The second time was just the funeral. The funeral was like this huge ritual dance and whatnot. The seeing the coffin and whatnot. It was so sad, and I cried all through that. Not like a huge amount of tears. It's just there was tears going down my face, and then the introduction. The introduction was, well, you know how it has like the Marvel Studios panel. It was all just Chadwick Boseman related scenes, and that's when I started bawling my eyes out. But it's fine. We'll move. That's kind of like the end of the T'Challa like grief phase for a bit. Um, I think it handled his flashback and remembrance quite well. At the end of the movie, Shuri's burning the clothes in which she wore to the funeral. She's burning those clothes, and then it's more flashbacks of T'Challa. It's just scenes of Chadwick Boseman happy and whatnot. I cried at that. So those are like the 3-4 times I cried. Um, the funeral though, it was really well done. I'll say that. For a funeral, it was entertaining. Seeing the dances, the music, the soundtrack of this movie was out of this world. I I don't know what to say. It's the same with the first Black Panther movie. The soundtrack was absolutely insane, and the soundtrack for this movie did not disappoint. Um, but moving past T'Challa, the movie kind of starts off showing Wakanda in ruins. They lost their Black Panther. Ramonda's queen again. Wakanda's not keeping up to its promises. Ramonda's in court. Oh my god, Ramonda is in court defending Wakanda. And then it's all just Talakan related scenes. I forgot who it is, but a group of soldiers tried to steal vibranium, and the Dora Milaje come out and kick some ass. Okoye, and the Dora Milaje, one of the members, I forgot her name. It's like Ashika, a, a something. Her name's something. She's one of the Midnight Angel. So, yeah, she has these new weapons. She uses them. Okoye gets mad because Okoye is very traditional. She just wants the spear to be used for the Dora Milaje. Um, the introduction with Namor. What I will say is we saw too many of the Smurfs. The Talocan people, they didn't have much to them. I liked Namor though. Namor was really good, but we'll get to that. So yeah, there's an introduction to Talocan, the Talocan people. Should I just talk about Namor first? Yeah. So Namor. He was an interesting character. Tenet Huerta definitely carried that role. He was absolutely insane as Namor. Um, I think he definitely had like a chemistry on the set with the cast because each scene he had with them, he was just bouncing off them. You could tell he wanted to be there. He wasn't like Harrison Ford in a Star Wars movie. He genuinely wanted to be there, and I don't know. I love his accent. He was definitely. I'd say Letitia Wright was maybe the best actress in the movie. Well, is it actor they go by now? Yeah, I think actor is just an overall term. So, in terms of acting, I think it was Letitia Wright, then Tenet Huerta. Um, but he was great. He was genuinely great. Like I really enjoyed each scene that he was in. Nakia, she is in some place on the planet that I do not remember the name of. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I've forgotten. And she's basically the head mistress of a school, I believe. Um, Ramonda goes to visit her. She had. We find out she left Wakanda during the blip after Thanos' attack. She left the place and became the headmistress of the school and helped look after the kids. Um, she then says she finds out that Shuri and Riri Williams has been kidnapped by Namor. That whole like sequence on the bridge, by the way, was really good with them um, Okoye trying to. Shuri's knocked out, Riri's knocked out, and it's just Okoye fighting the Talokanians. Namor calls them something at the end of the movie, but I forgot. It's like Talokaner or something. Um, yeah, that whole bridge sequence was good. To be fair, that whole chase sequence was good. Shuri on the motorbike was quite cool. Going to the school to get Riri Williams, I like that. I like that whole bit of the movie. But yeah, I forgot where I was at. Nakia. So Nakia finds out that they've been kidnapped, and she's like, "Oh, I'll help." Okoye's been stripped of her role as the leader of the Dora Milaje at this point. Um, but we'll get to that. Riri Williams, Ironheart, not as bad as I thought she'd be. I thought she'd be a lot worse in this movie, if I'm honest. I wasn't really looking forward to it. I thought she was kind of out of place. But the CGI didn't look great in her with her suit in the end. But I'm not one to judge off of CGI. Um, I like that her suit, her final suit, was a one-off thing. We'll probably see her in it again, maybe in like Kang Dynasty or something. But yeah, because it was vibranium, Wakanda didn't want to share it with the outside world, so she had to leave her suit behind. So that means that in the Ironheart movie, we will see new suits of hers, as expected. Did I say movie? It's TV show, isn't it? Yeah. The actress was great. I liked her humor. Her humor definitely carried. I mean, the MCU goes a bit childish in humor sometimes, but she wasn't childish. The bit where she was kind of like mad that the Princess of Wakanda was there and the FBI or whatever was outside her garage, that was all cool and whatnot. Everett Ross and the confirmation that he was married to Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine. She and him made up a great proportion of this movie. Um, I really liked Everett Ross. I don't know. I really like his character for some reason. Um, I didn't know he was married, but it was a really good plot twist. You know, he got the Kamoyo beads off the bridge, and he was basically contacting Wakanda through that. Um, the world kind of hate Wakanda at this point in time, but he's trying to help Wakanda and prove them innocent. Valentina di like I had it on my phone and I've went off the page. Um, Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine, Val, was a really good character in this. I've liked her in all the appearances she's made so far. Black Widow, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and this. That's it really, isn't? No, she was in something else. I think no, I don't think she was. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's definitely gonna have a huge part in the Thunderbolts, and I'm really excited for it. I wasn't expecting to see her in Black Panther 2. Everett Ross's introduction was quite good as well, with him just being on the run. Um, there's not much to say about their characters, really, is there? I wish Everett Ross had went to Wakanda in this movie. Obviously, he gets arrested because Val was tracking the Kamoyo beads the whole time, knew everything he was saying. So he gets arrested for what's it called? Starts with a T, doesn't start with a T, does it? Treason. It is T. So he gets done for that, and Okoye breaks him out. So you know he's going back to Wakanda hopefully. I'm hoping to see more of Al in the future. You know, she really made up each scene she was in, and I want to see Ross in the Thunderbolts. I think that'd be quite interesting as well. Okoye, great character development this movie. I'll say that. She, I don't really know. Obviously, she's a Midnight Angel now. I'm hoping she keeps that name, and she becomes a new Midnight Angel permanently. She's no longer leading the Dora Milaje, unfortunately. However, if she is a Midnight Angel for future, that would actually be really cool. And I'm hoping that's the case because, um, you know, the actress who plays Okoye, who I've forgotten at this time, is a really talented actress. And Okoye's always been my favorite character. She's got great humor, like in Infinity War when she's about to be no, Natasha's about to be killed. Wanda comes down and kills that whatever her name is, something Midnight, Purple Midnight, Black Midnight, or something. You know, and she's just like, oh, why was she up there all this time? That was funny. Um, yeah, I kind of want to see an Okoye solo project, and I believe we might be getting one because there's multiple Wakanda projects, untitled Wakanda projects, that have been confirmed as of this time, with Ryan Coogler and his team um, producing them. I'm hoping Okoye is one of them, and I kind of want to see a show dedicated to the Dora Milaje. Ramonda. I did not see this coming. I thought about it, but I was like, no. They would not kill off a character in this movie aside from T'Challa, but they did it. Ramonda's death, it meant something because this put her on her Peter Parker arc. She had lost everything around her, and she was alone, and she sought vengeance. Like Peter Parker with the Goblin is now Shuri with Namor, and Shuri was going to kill Namor. Obviously, she manages using the bracelet that Namor gives Shuri. She manages to recreate the heart-shaped herb, and she gets the powers of the Black Panther. However, obviously, she thinks it doesn't work, smacks that dummy, well, the mannequin, and it goes flying. So we find out it works. So, yeah, she's not going to be pulling her punches, obviously. But the reason she believes it doesn't work is because when she goes to the ancestral plane to see her mum, her brother, her dad, to see someone, she sees Killmonger. And I was hoping this would happen. He basically says, you know, T'Challa was noble, he spared everyone, but he got them into this mess. He didn't kill the killer of his father, and look where they are now. Even though it's not really related, is it? Well, no, it kind of is, because he then opened up Wakanda to the world, which then got Namor into trouble. So yeah, it's all connected. And Shuri's like, I'm not my brother. Says, don't speak bad about T'Challa, but I'm not my brother. So she basically agrees with Killmonger that it's time to kill. And she goes back, she's like, oh no, that didn't work. Um, but obviously it did. She then picks up a suit. We have an epic transition of boom, boom, build, build. The Ironheart suit, Midnight Angel, Black Panther suit that was already made. Um, Shuri's character arc in this movie was insane. Like I said, it's like Peter Parker's arc. However, it was also like Black Panther's Civil War um, storyline. He seeked vengeance, and as Shuri says, as a callback to Civil War, instead of killing Namor, she goes, "Vengeance has consumed us," which I actually thought was really nice. It was paying homage to T'Challa's first appearance as Black Panther. Well, Chadwick Boseman. Um, but yeah, Shuri's really taken a more mature role in this movie. I wasn't expecting it. She was a kid in the first movie, and now all of a sudden she's still a kid, but she's more mature, she's older, she's bigger, she's better. The movie did have pacing issues as well. It was either fast or slow. Yeah, the scenes that were fast, and then the scenes that were slow were dreadfully slow. I feel I have more respect for this movie than anything else. Just how it was made, in memory of Chadwick Boseman. But I'm saying that the pacing was bad. That was the only downside. It wasn't a. It didn't make a bad movie though. They had. I wouldn't have cut anything, except for maybe the Blue Soldiers. I would have done something more unique with them. The Talconians. Um, the final fight was good. Shuri ripping off Namor's wing was unexpected. Actually, I hope it grows back. It probably does. I think they showed it off growing back in the end. You know what hurt me? And I had flashbacks to this. There's a scene where Shuri grabs Namor by like the shoulder and digs her claws into him and rips for like a second. That would have been painful as hell. Like, I'd cry if that was me. I would have just gave up there. I mean, first of all, you're fighting the Black Panther, and then, this guy. I skipped the character. I skipped the crucial point that I wanted to talk about. Nah, I'm gonna cry now. I'll get to that. Right, yeah. But I feel like the boat sequence kind of got forgotten about. Obviously, we see the Midnight Angel in action. We see Ironheart in action, which was cool to see her in that suit. And I'm actually really glad it's a one-time appearance because the suit looked great and everything. But it'll be interesting to see Riri. She had this chance to build this suit, and she still knows how to build the suit. She just doesn't have the resources to build the suit. But yeah, the final fight was okay. Choreography was nice. Shuri got her ass kicked. Namor got his ass kicked. Vengeance we've let vengeance consume us. Agree on yielding. It was okay. Um, my next point is talk about the ending. The ending. Shuri kind of sits on the beach, burns the funeral clothes, and looks out into the sunrise, sunset, whichever one it was, and is just thinking about T'Challa. This is when we see Chadwick Boseman all happy and whatnot. This is the last scene I cried at. Um, Post-credit scene. Nah, let me talk about this character first. My personal favorite character of the movie. However, definitely not the best. Shuri and Namor were the best characters. M'Baku though, M'Baku's just top G. He is funny. He is powerful, and I'm hoping he will be king. But yeah, M'Baku in this movie needed more screen time. I needed more from him. You know, he was holding back. Each scene he was in though was hilarious. He's like, "You guys let Killmonger in." Um, that's the only scene I can think of. Oh yeah, he goes to fight Namor. He gets punched and gets sent flying into the bar or whatever. Um, Overall, M'Baku's just a great vibe. I genuinely I do hope that he becomes ruler of Wakanda. However, Shuri will remain the Black Panther, and then Shuri will come back to Wakanda one day to be queen. I'm kind of hoping that's how it goes. And M'Baku's like a stand-in king. I believe he was king of Wakanda for 5 years, although it was never mentioned, so I'm not sure. Ramonda might have been queen for the 5 years. In fact, she most likely was because she knew that Nakia had been gone for 6 years. So I assume Ramonda was queen of Wakanda for 5 years. But I kind of want M'Baku to have his moment now, or just even if he's just standing king for a bit, while Shuri goes off with Nakia back to her home for a bit. The post-credit scene, we find out that T'Challa had a son with some name, but we find out that that name isn't real, as he basically says his name is T'Challa, Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. Shuri gets all like emotional for a bit, looks back, goes, "That's a wonderful name," and it stops. So we're still gonna get the T'Challa story. This was actually a really smart move by Marvel, by the way. We're still gonna get the T'Challa stories and whatnot through this new T'Challa, and I think that will be great. Can't wait for that. Overall opinion, I'd say it's 9 out of 10, maybe 9.2 out of 10. I can't compare it to Black Panther 1 as they're two completely different movies, but villain was good, storytelling was good, soundtrack was good, um, character arcs were good. No character I'd remove. I just wish there was more M'Baku. You know, get my guy a raise. Um, I think I've covered everything in 22 minutes and 27 seconds. Most intriguing. Well, I'm probably going to do more of these reviews. Maybe plan them out better that next time. I just wanted to hop on, do this just for fun. I felt this was a movie that deserved to be spoken about more. Um, what I might do for each movie now is a short non-spoiler review, or just have a couple minor spoilers, like how in the short I spoiled a line that was said or something. I don't remember. It wasn't big. I might do that, and then I might do like a larger video. That is if I enjoyed the movie. I would never do one for like Eternals or Black Widow. See, okay, I don't hate Eternals. I just Eternals should have been a TV show, like a 10 episode or like 9 episode TV show, because obviously some of the characters live together. So we could have those two characters in one episode. We'd have however many episodes dedicated to the characters, like 6 episodes or something dedicated to the characters, 7 episodes dedicated to the characters, three episodes to the final plot. It would have worked, and it would have been fine. It would have been great. But yeah, there's probably a lot of things I've forgotten about, and I'll probably do another review on this movie once it comes out on Disney Plus and I can rewatch it. This is kind of just, my early review. Definitely going to see it again in cinema though. Mark my words, I am going to see it again in cinema. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys all again sometime in the future with another longer video like this one. I actually have a plan. I'm planning on doing a longer video like this, but an in-depth analysis of each Phase 4 project, my opinions on it, and my ranking. But that will be after the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special comes out. To be fair, I could start that now. No. Yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.